Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and we're going to talk about Jess Phillips, who's got a major problem, of course. She's very reliant on a certain demographic. Unfortunately for her, a certain demographic are the sort of people who like to do terrible things to children, predominantly anyway. Not all of them, not saying that. But when you look at the numbers, the numbers speak for themselves, and a certain demographic are deeply involved with this. And there's her, the safeguarding minister. Well, who the hell's she safeguarding? Certainly not these girls. She's effectively throwing them to the lions, isn't she? Because she refused to have this inquiry. Must really annoy her now that it's going ahead, because a certain demographic won't like it. And not with her paper-thin majority anyway. Well, on top of that, of course, as safeguarding minister, Labour brought out this wonderful policy to safeguard women and girls against domestic violence, DV. Now, the problem there, it's turned out, is that it's no longer going ahead because A, a little bit of money, and B, they're looking at numbers in certain areas where a certain demographic seem to be very, very keen on violence against women, as in it's one of the highest per capita crimes in a certain demographic. That is to say, one certain demographic has a much higher percentage of violence against women than other certain demographics or other random demographics. I can't say the words because I don't want a policeman knocking on my door, so I'm not going to say anything, but you know exactly what I mean. Now, the problem is that having looked at these numbers, they realise that to push ahead with what the original plans were would mean arresting a lot of people of a certain demographic and locking them up, because the plans were that this would carry extended prison time. And already a certain demographic are already massively overrepresented in the prison system. And this would make it far worse. And so what they've decided in their infinite wisdom, and what Jess Phillips has decided as the safeguarding minister, looking after the children, throw them to the wolves, and women, throw them to the wolves, is that it's best if they don't do any safeguarding whatsoever for the sake of cohesion in our communities, and therefore girls will continue to be raped, women will continue to be beaten, and a certain demographic won't go to prison for any of this because it's embarrassing to the Labour government. Good job, Jess Phillips, you evil witch. Thanks very much. Bye.